Dylan Beats. Dylan.
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in for Thursday. I hope your Valentine's Day went well, because today is Side Chick Day. I'm kidding. Well, maybe I'm not. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Blurred's Eye View. It is another great episode. I hope you like what you've seen so far. And if it is your first time here and you're watching on YouTube, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, show your love on the Facebook channel as well as Twitch, which is Blurred's Eye View 1. But without ado, let's get the team going. And we're a little small today, but that's okay, because we got the cinematic assassin in the building. What's going on?
I'm back.
He's back
without
He's
the hat.
back without the hat. It was like, you feel naked. You feel naked.
Yeah, listen, like the hat I was wearing backstage. I have a big head. And I think that hat was actually designed for children. So it's a snapback. It don't actually do no snaps in the back. I was afraid I was going to be laughing at something, nod my head, the hat was going to fall off. I don't need that in my life. So, I just took it off. Just be out here all natural.
Oh my God. Well, I can't wear a hat. I don't like hats. I hate hats. And yes, my head is big. I know that, but I rocks with it. We got a special guest in our building tonight. We have Shakira Islam Gatling here to talk about her books, her business, her everything. And I'm excited to get into all of that. But man, how was everybody's weekend and week?
My weekends are always busy because I'm sorry, I just jumped into answering, but I have 3 kids playing basketball right now, and they're right. Your face, exactly.
Yeah, that did it right there.
Yeah, and they have practice between Monday and Thursday during the week. Friday's my only day where I don't have to take anyone to practice. But then it's like Saturday, it's like all day games, and so like Valentine's Day was like, whatever.
This is for you, Mom. This is for you.
We made Valentine's Day cards, and then I went to sleep.
Appropriate.
I just recently watched Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Oh.
And I like it. I like, if anything, it's on Disney Plus and it's on Disney. You can stream it on Disney Plus too. But if it's anything like the teaser trailer that they put out where she's fighting the bad guy and they're playing Childish Gambino, and it didn't disappoint. The first episode I didn't get to watch the second one yet, but the first episode did not disappoint. The soundtrack it has that same vibe. It just has that same vibe, and it's good. Especially she's a 13-year-old black girl who's a genius. And what do we need more of? Black
representation.
More representation, black geniuses, black girl power, all that stuff. So yeah, I got a chance to watch that. Apparently there was a football game being played during a Rihanna concert. I don't know what that was all about, but
oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Rihanna's so fine, man.
Well, when I seen it, because we were all texting each other, and we were like, is that post baby Rihanna, or is that another baby? We couldn't really tell.
That's
because we hadn't really seen her, and I was like, oh no, that's new baby Rihanna. So yeah,
I mean to tell you guys.
I was like, I found out that night, like it was the talk. It was like, there was like great performance. Some were like, oh, she could have done more. I'm like, the woman was 50 feet in the air.
Right. Like,
although the memes did not disappoint. The memes did not disappoint. Thank you, Black Twitter, for all those great memes. There was
ASAP wasted no time. He has the right name, that's for sure.
Generally you would be mad, but you're like, dude, she's a billionaire, she's gorgeous, she's right. Creative as hell. When you got a good one. So
like, I'd get Rihanna pregnant. Like, come on now.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Somewhere Drake was crying in the corner. But yeah, so the stuff that they showed, which here's the thing, I'm not big on football like I used to be years ago, but what I have noticed is that the commercials were lacking, and they just didn't get that same kick. And then the movie trailers, hell, we were getting movie trailers on YouTube and Instagram before they even showed them on the television. Like,
right.
So
I feel like this was a shrewd cost-saving move. They like give you like a hot 12 seconds, like see the full trailer on YouTube right now.
So we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but before we get into it all, we were just gonna start it off with the news. And the Black Spartan has entered the chat.
Hey, here's I without my helmet.
Don't worry, I got carnivorous, but I haven't had time to make the skit. So first off, on a really serious note, I want to say rest in peace to Trugoy, aka Plug 2 of De La Soul. He passed away early. He passed away that day, the day of the Super Bowl, at 54. I believe it was heart failure. And this is just several weeks out from their full catalog finally being released and going to streaming. And pivotal hip hop group, very pivotal. Most people are very underrated. They're mentioned in groups, but what is not mentioned is he's actually a really good lyricist, or was a really good lyricist, and it's not mentioned in them upper echelons. But man, just seeing this type of stuff, it was just coming. This stuff was coming. As a matter of fact, I seen a Zoom call that all three of them were having, and he was from a hospital bed. So. Yeah, it was crazy, but like they really did. They were kind of the pioneers of sampling. When you see sampling being used and stuff, and the stuff they went through with Tommy Boy Records, and oh my God, they were like the nightmare fuel of business deals when it comes to record making. And it really did start. It really got a lot of stuff talked about. Like, keeping, and it's still to this day. There's still to this day. Talks about people getting their catalogs back, and getting their rights back to playing this music. So that was a big deal. So but rest in peace to him. It is a loss. It's a shame that he will not get to see the crossing the finish line of seeing their music going all the streaming, because good Lord, I still have 3 Feet High and Rising on wax. Still got it on wax. I told my mother, I said, protect this. This isn't an old dresser. I said, protect this. This goes nowhere.
Right.
I still don't know how I came up on that one. So yeah, it was something. Trailers.
Yes.
Where do we begin? So
John Wick.
I was saving the best for last. So what I'll do, this is what I'll do. We'll show Batman and his friends first.
Wow.
There was
best title ever.
Yes, Batman and Friends coming out June 16th. If you don't know, this is Batman starring Batman and Supergirl and Barry Allen, hopefully Greg Gustin, who knows? Oh, and somebody by the name of Ezra, I don't know.
The reverse Flash in real life.
As you see, he's down there still trying to be seen. No, but seriously, we're getting ready to check out the Flash trailer. Let's face it, everybody's here for Michael Keaton. Let's just totally be honest. I was like, what do you do about that? You don't. Let's see. I'm going to go. Where are you at? Oh, wrong one.
That's a cold photo of him standing in the Batcave.
Right.
Where's the ankle monitor though?
Let me know if you can hear it.
Not
I want to know. Can you hear it? Can you hear that? Okay. Nope. Let's do this.
Yeah, that said Peter Quill.
Yeah, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll take that one off. Wrong tab. Beauty of Life, people. Beauty of Life. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's see if I can stop this because they move stuff around on StreamYard again.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the
That's how they tell if you're actually using the platform.
Yeah.
That they mess with you. And I do mean mess with you.
They really do. I'm like, where's the sound at? You know, like, there's no sound on this thing. Where's it at? Cancel that. While I'm pulling that up. Anyway, look at the share audio. There's no share audio. Watch. That's why.
I mean, it's share audio.
You took the share tab audio.
It's still Ezra Miller still messing with us. He's like, how dare you call it Batman? How dare you call it Batman and Friends?
It's Batman and Friends. All right, tell me if you can hear that.
Nope.
Still no. They say share the audio tab and it's showing nothing. Anyway, we can talk while it's playing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for closed caption.
That's what really matters. That's what really
the sound is in our hearts.
Real anime fans do subtitles.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so we knew, and we've talked about this before. We knew that this was generally Flashpoint.
Yeah,
just the writing was on the wall for this. Now I get why James Gunn is saying this looks amazing. The trailer does look good. It looks damn good. And I am looking forward. Yes, Lunar. Yes. Ew. Ew. But I am looking forward to seeing not the Ezra Miller, but I am looking forward to seeing surrounding cast.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the minute they announced that, you know, Michael Keaton was in this thing, the writing was on the wall. You know, and by this time, Warner Brothers was going through their dust up.
Michael Shannon.
You know, and no one knew what to expect. Now, I will say the suit looks good. It looks better than the Justice League version.
Yeah.
It is I think he's been taking notes from Grant Gustin.
He will have some availability coming up.
Yeah, this scene here is what did it. I normally don't like my Batman to smirk, but there's a bit of a smirk here, and I'm okay with that. You know, and
then he kicks ass.
And then he kicks ass with the Danny Elfman playing in the background.
Welcome back to prep time, Batman. Welcome back to prep time.
This is how we do things. Let me show you how we do things here. Like, you've been messing up. Now, like this scene, these are some great looking scenes. There really are great looking scenes.
But the they tease two different flashes though. I was like, really? So you're gonna have the blue lightning and the red lightning?
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, you're trying it. You're trying it.
Even Sasha Calle as Supergirl has a great showing, and it actually has me saying, "Save her,
Yeah,
keep her, please." You know, please. I don't care if she's not blonde.
Somebody
keep her.
said seeing Keaton out during the day is weird. It wasn't until that moment that what is this?
You're right.
I mean, well, like it goes back to what we said, Batman smirking. Where did that come from? That came from Keaton's Batman, because he did do a big ass smile in Batman Returns when he was, he had Alfred. Merry Christmas, Master Wayne.
Yeah. There was a certain level of cheese that we were allowed to have, and we were okay with it.
Yeah.
So thoughts.
It's what
outside of Ezra.
Somebody put up a meme where it said somebody said Batman had enough prep time to make y'all forget Ezra Miller was a part of the movie.
Yes,
there's not enough prep time in the world. Batman can have the prep time of a solar calendar, and we will not forget.
Shout out to Black Unicorn Cosplay, because I believe she said earlier that she's just going to write on her ticket, "Do not give Ezra my money." So if there is some possible way.
No, don't get me wrong. I still said, Michael Keaton was let's be honest, Michael Keaton is the sole reason we are all going to watch the movie. And we're also seeing whether or not, because James Gunn has sat there and said he did not confirm nor deny that Ezra Miller's placing in the MCU would still be there after this movie. So I'm kind of hoping my theory is right, that what happens to him in this movie is that he does give himself to the Speed Force, and then we get a whole different Barry Allen, or like you said, a couple podcast episodes again, Chris, where you were like, what'll be so great about this is you see him be absorbed to the Speed Force, and then all you hear is, "My name is Wally West," and it fades to black.
Yeah,
that would be freaking perfect.
Something. Other than what we got. I don't care how his showing is for this. I'm gonna just put this on the board. The fact that he's still able to do this is all this. Let me rephrase that. Despite all the stuff they did, and they're still able to do this. I want to be correct when I approach this. But y'all won't forgive Will Smith. I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, Will Smith, he has a lot going on.
Will has a lot going on.
He's just
in the black community forgave him. They were just like, "Yo, we get it."
He's just now getting out the doghouse.
Yeah, we were like, we
he's
get
just
it.
now.
We forgive you. We get it.
He had, you know what's so bad? He had to do emancipation. He had to particularly star in a very bad rated movie for them to sit there and say, "You know what? Bad Boys for Life 2, come on, y'all can do it now. Bad Boys 4, y'all can do the movie now." He's done his bad movie. You can bring him back.
And there were talks to do that anyway. It was just we know what it is. We know what it is. It was like yes, he slapped another Black actor / comedian, or comedian / actor, and that wasn't the stage to do it. We get it, but that wasn't the time to play. You had a lot on your plate, my guy.
Yeah,
a lot on your plate.
But if you think about it, they're wanting to still do the I Am Legend sequel, still moving forward with Michael B. Jordan. With the canonized alternate ending, which I want to see. Which again, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna go with alternate endings because you're trying to see what happened with him and how he ran to Michael B. Jordan's character. Okay, fine. And I'm like,
legends,
yeah. So I'm like, he's just now getting out of the doghouse. But you got a point though, because if you've been accused of grooming certain adolescents, kidnapping certain adolescents, getting arrested, and the next day getting arrested on the way to the courthouse,
breaking and entering, and
I mean,
assault,
You have done more crime. You have done more crime in 24 hours than most organized crime has done in 24 years.
Somewhere, Zoom and Reverse Flash are both like, we cannot top that.
Right.
Listen, Ezra,
that is horrible.
Yes.
Ezra was tied up in the right things, so to say, because between DC and Harry Potter, they was like, "Ooh, this, I gotta." Please, don't be in jail. Don't be in jail. Don't be in jail.
You know what it is? That's like DC waking up every day and seeing bad news. It's like, frack.
That's why James. You know, this is why James Gunn says yes. Warner Brothers, even though it's a part of Warner Brothers, he was like, yes. This happened, I think, a year ago. You know, and he says yes. Going forward, Warner Brothers executives are no longer involved with the dealings of the DC universe that I'm creating.
Right.
Thank God somebody said it.
It needed to be said because those DC executives had wonderful ideas, but terrible writers.
Terrible.
Good and terrible.
Jesus. So, speaking of James Gunn, he is giving us our final installment of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're talking. Here we go. Yeah. There it is. Delightful.
Super Mario.
All right. There. All right, here we go with this one.
I can hear this one.
Yeah, we got sound.
We're gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians. Hello, we come in peace. Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? No! Ow!
Don't forget where we came from.
Now, this was the original one. Yeah. Now pull up the latest one.
Our whole lives. Pete, I'm done running. We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever and beautiful sky. We are Groot.
That's how they get us.
Now that was the original. That was the original. So, the reason why I did this is because the Super Bowl version of it, it gives us more to look at, I guess. And then it just creates more. It creates more of a conversation piece. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
As to what's actually going on. And it makes you wonder what the hell they got going on over there. What's going on, TJ? It makes you wonder what's going on over there. Like, the speculations are out there. Is it Rocket? Is it Drax?
I think Rocket dead, y'all.
I think all of them. I'm
rewatching that trailer. Like, listen to his narration. That's a dead man talking.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
That's the thing. Because now I'm gonna show the latest one that was shown for the Super Bowl. Because even then, there's things being said that you're like, wait a minute, who is it? Who is it now? Like, you get a feeling it will be Rocket, but then there's something that Drax says that you're just like, wait a minute. So here's the Super Bowl version. This is the one that came out earlier this week. and it gives us a little more meat
I'm gonna tell you something.
and comedy.
I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. And that girl died, but then she came back. Came back, little dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
I get the same old dreams, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
My sacred mission
Is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
Since you've been gone, since you've been gone, none of my help can take
I
it.
want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Senorita.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other. Are you ready for one last ride? We'll all fly away together into the forever and beautiful sky.
Since you've been gone, since you've been gone.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into
Don't
this.
even.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Chris Pratt, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, the one I saw first. So
It's so
um,
one thing is for sure, two things is for certain.
Mhm.
It's gonna have a fire soundtrack.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it the whole squad getting wiped.
Doesn't it throw everything in the blender now? You're just like, I don't know who's gonna bite it at this point.
Because it's James. The reason why I say it's James Gunn, because I've seen what he did with Suicide Squad.
Oh man,
Because of what he did with Suicide Squad, and he did say a long time ago, this volume 3 was the last run of the current Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
And for all those that weren't paying attention in volume 2, you actually saw the original Guardians. Which each were all different Ravagers. So that makes me think we finna say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, whether it's through death or just going. I'm putting my cards on the table right now, and I'm saying it's not going to be Peter and Manus. Not after the Christmas special. I don't think you're going to give us that and then take it away.
It is Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've dealt with it with Tony, we've dealt with it with Aunt May. I'm like, okay, you can't keep giving us death.
They might go for the heart. When you try to go for shock and awe, go for the heart.
Like
Adam Warlock might just punch Quill's head off. Just
you say that like you want it to happen.
Well, it's like you don't want to. He's like we don't want Quill to die, but let's kind of be honest. If you look at how it's looking, and everybody's kind of giving that last ride kind of speech.
They can't do that to Groot again though. Like he's already had to grow all the way back up. So
yeah, we got
like
frat boy Groot now. We got frat boy.
Groot's immortal. Groot can't die per se. You can knock him down to a seedling.
I think they just leave him alone at this point. Like after the trajectory of what happened to him, it's like he's fine. Let him be.
I would think that, and this is me. I would think that Peter and Manus decide to go back to Earth because let's face it, when the last time he was on Earth, it was during Endgame. You know, he still has a grandfather down there. You know, he has at least one family member left that he knows of, or that he doesn't know is still alive. So he's, you know, he probably wants to stay on Earth for a little while and get some updated music stuff. You know, he just found out he had
discover Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, life will discover Limp. Oh Lord, he would discover Limp Bizkit. He would. You know, he just found out he had a sister.
What would they? I got one better. What if Peter Quill discovered iPods?
Hey,
he discovered
the greatest thing.
It would mess him up.
it would do a number on him. But I see that for him.
Mm-hmm.
I see Drax probably biting it because his story has been told.
Yeah,
he's gotten his revenge. He's gotten his time. You know, he got revenge for his family. The person who was behind it, they're gone, both of them.
Yeah,
you know, so you know he's finished. His path is done. You know, and with Rocket, this is really kind of his story.
Yeah,
you know, you're just like, I'm getting back at the son of a bitch who got me.
Yeah, getting back at the High Evolutionary, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Adam Warlock is going to begin his interest in the MCU. So that's where I'm like, okay, so where's his story going to go? Considering that Adam Warlock's story was kind of tied initially to the Infinity War, but since that's long and gone, where is that going to fit?
He's going to go get beat up by Kang.
We was Kangs.
We was Kangs.
We was Jonathan Major six-pack has six-pack.
It's just
Sid from Toy Story don't want that beef. That's just
jeez. Yeah, we was somewhere along them lines, you know, pray to Black Jesus, pray to Black Jesus. It's getting ready to happen.
See, you laugh, but if you put that on church fans in the South, people will take that and swear it's Black Jesus.
Look,
that might be next for him.
Yeah, that might be next one. Look how they did Ewan McGregor as a young Obi-Wan. Like there's pictures of him. He looks like a white Jesus. I'm just can you tell the difference? You're like, you really can't. Looks like white Jesus.
Oh man.
Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan looks like white Jesus.
Welcome to the church. Hello there.
It's the robe that sets it off.
It's the robe that set the robe and the hair. Could
you imagine the church of Obi-Wan as Jesus? The French horn just plays as people just walk in. Just
hello there, hello there. You know, I was like, why does that sound so familiar to me? I'm like,
just as we rise for the open invitation.
The open invitation. Lord have mercy. But it is, like TJ say, it will probably be somebody we least expect. For Adam Warlock, I know that James Gunn said that Adam Warlock, despite his appearances, he's more of an infant. So I can see him being twisted to fight up against them for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's fighting Drax, which we've seen in that trailer, that just tells me maybe High Evolutionary has dealings with what is her name? His people that created him.
The High Evolutionary. People. So
not the High, the High. I think he had some involvement. I think wasn't like Alicia or something like that.
Aisha.
Something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she already has a bone to pick.
Yeah.
Don't give me meme ideas. Don't give me meme ideas.
Gold. I was so tripped about the fact they treat it like a video game. It's like did we just cover toxic gaming culture in volume 2 with a person? They got all video games.
It's Ender's Game. It's Ender's Game.
It's like you're terrible at this,
right?
I think we discovered toxic game culture.
So yeah, I have a lot of hope for that one. I mean, it's James Gunn. He does a lot of, and with the plate that he's now have full, unfortunately, Peacemaker, even though Peacemaker season 2 will be coming, it's taking a bit of a back burner. So we're not going to get it when we thought. It's and I'm okay because it's like, dude, you're already giving us like a crap ton of content.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to.
Plus, we can always rewatch. We can always rewatch season 1.
please, for the
soundtrack
alone.
And it'll be worked into the good universe.
Yeah, exactly. It'll work into the good universe. Definitely.
Batman's a hero. No, Batman is a. Oh, no, you stop.
Yeah.
Let me not rephrase. Let me not say that. Let me not say it on this podcast. You know what? Batman's
Yeah, I'm saving mine for like a week from now. So
yeah,
my commentary on Batman. So
so it's gonna be I got hopes. It's James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
He's batting 4,000.
He's doing the Lord's work.
He is. He's doing the Lord. He's doing the Lord's work. See, even Black Jesus agrees.
Black Jesus would agree. He's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Shakira, but this is our thing. You know, we don't have Lady Mandalore with us, so she's gonna be like, every time I leave you guys alone.
Totally fine.
It's what we do. I told you it was gonna have fun. So
this is normal for me, to be honest with you.
You're like, okay, cool. I was like, and here I thought I had to hold back. No, you're good.
Do and say whatever, because I promise you, these are conversations I have in my house all the time.
Nice.
My type of people.
I was telling him backstage how my son just comes up to me and just gives me like random information that he's found on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever. He's like, "Mommy, did you know that this and this?" I'm like, "Son, I did not know that because I just didn't. But thank you for telling me. I'll do with that information what I will."
You don't get Fortnite updates, do you? That's my kid.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Now he has a VR, and so he wants me to play this game on his VR where like I forget what it's called, but I'm wielding a sword and stabbing people, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's Wizard. My
Grand
son
Theft
played
Auto.
that game.
I played that one.
It sounds about right. It sounds about right.
But I did play Resident Evil on his VR, and I got a little bit too into Resident Evil. And I had to give him his VR.
I'm just saying. I'm like,
you're on.
I'm over here like, yeah. Here, take your VR back.
you got too much.
I got too into it. First people out, I'm like, oh my gosh.
You say too much into it. I say you're focused.
Wearing VR is the equivalent of you fighting in your sleep.
Right.
You ever try throwing a punch in your sleep? You normally I'm stronger than this. Like, why does it feel like I'm tapping pillows? What is going on?
When you see a person boxing in VR, I'm like, I give you all the space. Because I'm like, you know what? There's a reason why I have that old school yardstick. So when someone's playing VR, I'm trying to get their attention. I just reach out and I just poke them because I'm not getting close to you and catching a fade.
Several children have caught fades with parents wearing VRs already. They're just like, oh, what happened to your child? Why does he have a black eye?
I can see it now. I done told you. We see a right coming. Take that left and duck.
That's just a new age butt whooping.
That's new age butt whooping.
So I told you, wash them damn dishes. Come here,
I was in the VR. I was boxing with my teenage boy.
Oh, not remembering something. Not remembering something. Will later. See, that's for not taking out that trash I told you to take out till yesterday.
Oh yeah. See, you shouldn't have been. It's always that. See, you should have took out the trash.
If you took the trash out, you wouldn't have got hit.
You're right. Like,
oh man.
And then be in the bedroom with the wife, be like, I did not mean to do that. I was like, oh my god, I was trying to save face.
But you be sitting outside. But the boy can take a hit though. That boy got
rock solid.
He'll be able to hold his own in the fight. Trust me, I threw everything I had behind.
I was like, man, that kid's tough.
I'm feeling proud of yourself.
Right.
So you gotta have that moment of pride, like that boy took it straight solid.
Right.
He gonna be all right.
I saved the best for last.
Tetris the movie.
Hey, say what you want. That drew me in. That story behind that. I mean, I knew Tetris, but the story behind Tetris, that was almost better than the game.
I told Will, I said, I'm seeing a trend because first there was the Air trailer about Michael Jordan. Well, the first Michael Jordans.
Yeah.
And how he came about and how his shoe came about. And now we have Tetris. And I'm like, I'm seeing a trend that I don't think many people asked for. Imagine somebody sitting back and like, you know what? I want the origin story on how Q*bert started. I'm like, what?
You know what? I got one worse. What if someone just asked about the idea for New Coke?
What?
We need New Coke and Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi.
The war between New Coke and Crystal Pepsi. It's going to be like Batman versus Superman. I'm like, that's a bad analogy. You don't know.
Oh Lord, that would be New Coke versus Crystal Pepsi. Dawn of Sodas.
No, I really want a movie about the guy that pitched Sonic the Hedgehog, because that stuff had to be raw and uncut. Straight from
considering the fact of what we got before it got cut right.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean the original video game. He's like
video game.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen.
No.
Hedgehog. It's like rat, but it's fat and it's cute and it rolls. And he has a friend. He has two butts. No, two tails. We're gonna call them Tails.
Yeah, you know what? That's gotta be a topic. Games that were pitched that they had to be drug related.
Oh,
mine is Mario.
Oh, you know that.
Mario was an LSD directed game, because where else did you get the idea to go down a pipe and you wind up in a different world, and your main enemy is literally a mutated turtle?
That flushed down the toilet.
Yeah. And if you take a flower, you can breathe fire.
It was like, so what else is he fighting? Walking mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
His name is Mario.
If he takes the mushrooms, he gets bigger. And he's always finding a woman.
Oh,
and the woman is never there. I said, wait a minute, did we just jump from LSD to relationships? I was like, wait, did we just make Mario just like the either the greatest simp or like the person that just has the baddest terrible navigation system? Your princess is not here, but found another castle.
That you know that was a drug-induced game, because Luigi wasn't that popular, and now when you think about it, you're just like, Luigi was that brother was like, there's a reason why I don't come around.
You know what?
I got talking about Peach.
Chris, I got one better. Luigi was sober.
Yeah, that's why.
Luigi was the sober one out the bunch.
He was like, "Do what? Where? Like, man, we got toilets to unplug, and you talking about going into New York sewers?"
Luigi wanted to run the business. Mario wanted to run the streets.
Run the streets.
We were brothers.
And that's the tagline for the movie. That's the
right.
One wanted to run the business, one wanted to run the streets.
I can see that now. You know what
Mario
you always
Brothers.
be, Luigi? You know what you always be? You'll always be player number 2, Luigi. You want to beat me so bad. You're player number 2, Luigi.
Like, Peach is out here. I'm out here with Peach and Toadstool. Who the hell is Toadstool? Man, we losing money.
Just hop on Yoshi real quick and just,
Yoshi wasn't a magic.
Like, you mean the motorcycle? What are you talking about?
Because you notice that Yoshi only talked to Mario. Yoshi never talked to anybody else, but yet whenever Mario's around,
it's
Yoshi
Scooby Doo all over again. Nobody else heard Scooby talk except for Shaggy.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I mean, you think about
we're going to be doing a deep dive.
Right. Now everyone's just high because it's the 70s and really only Shaggy can hear Scooby.
Well, you know, that's how we got the DeLorean. I mean, that was a cocaine fueled idea. So.
I mean, that was cocaine idea. Let me take a time machine to go back in time or go forward in time, only to mess with the timeline, which I already knew I shouldn't be messing with. But let me go ahead and do it anyway.
No. The wild part about Back to the Future, he got gunned down by terrorists.
Yes.
Like,
nobody got back to that. That was a throwaway storyline. It was like
the Libyans.
Doc Brown gets shot down by the Libyans.
Okay,
with plutonium. I'm like, well, how did he get plutonium, and how are the Libyans involved?
we just glossed over that detail. It's like just we glossed over the fact that Doc Brown had plutonium just on hand.
It was just like you found the origin of Twin Oaks, and now it's back to just the single oak, and nobody cared about them all. What happened to the Libyans and the terrorists? What happened to all of that?
But it's late 80s storytelling at its finest, because I was like, wait a second, as a person that follows Doctor Who in multiple arguments on time travel, wouldn't you create a paradox when you came back? Because you didn't really come back at the same time that you left. So
time travel.
Right.
That's how you
exactly.
That's like
just like on Endgame. That's just how he said it.
Because you think about it, because you think about it as a kid, you're like, oh, okay, cool. But as an adult, you're like, wait a second, you left but came back at an later time. So is it really the original timeline, or did you just create a multiverse?
I was always baffled that his parents even still lived there. Like, really? So, like, this is the thing I thought about as a kid, because I was just like, so his mom and dad fell in love because they really fell in love, but they still live in this house.
You're right.
And they still had these 3 kids. I'd be out of,
they're still dealing with the same folks.
That's the funny part. It's like that little caveat stayed the same. Everything else.
And we still have this Jeep to go take my girlfriend out.
Still got I'm like, you mean to tell me your one uncle is still in prison? He's still a jailbird? Is that right?
The one thing you could have changed about the family. You could have sat there and changed that man's life when he was a baby. But nah, you figured, hey, get used to these bars, kid. Really?
Like, what did he do to you? I'm like,
it's like, wait a second. I have to make sure my parents fall in love, but I also have to make sure that my uncle still goes to jail.
Like, I gotta find out who was the uncle, who played the uncle. There's a picture. Who played the uncle?
I just wrote a note like, kid, whatever you do, don't do what's gonna land you in jail.
He couldn't write 2 notes. He had to write Doc's note.
Oh, Doc.
Yeah, for several hundred years. Give this to this man at this particular time.
He had to stop from getting shot by the Libyans.
Yeah. I still laughed about that.
Favorite movie. Okay, we're not going to do this.
No, it's my favorite movie too.
I love Back to the Future. It's probably one of the few films that really does what it does, and I'm all for that movie. Despite despite what was it, three way back to westerns.
No, time traveling train.
Yeah, not the train. No, it was 2. I'm sorry, 2.
And
when Doc saves him from the tunnel scene.
Yeah.
At the exact right time, and you're just like, how did you know that?
I mean, trip about the Western Union people. He came out there and said, look, this has been sitting in our office for like the last 200 plus years. Shout out to Western Union for your immense record keeping, number 1. That's some immense record keeping. It's like, we took bets on who would be here.
I can't get my package by Saturday, but he can get this letter from 100 years ago.
No, in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street.
In a thunderstorm.
And with a dude that did not look like a package person. This dude looked like an assassin from the Untouchables.
He said, me and the guys had a bet. It was like, y'all had a bet. Well, who lost?
Right. Drake lost.
Drake lost.
Drake
lost twice. He lost twice.
He did.
Hey.
They don't call him ASAP for nothing.
Hey, when the new Drake album drops and it's called ASAP.
Ooh. Wait. Is it gonna be singing Drake or rapping Drake?
It might be both.
Because
Drake.
Is it gonna be Marvin's Room Part 3?
Probably.
Girl, it should have been me.
Man, I'm gonna show.
Do you love me? Are you pregnant?
Are you pregnant again?
If I'm talking about dropping the ball, my guy, you dropped the ball.
Right.
He dropped it down the Mario.
The Mario pipes. Yep.
That's right.
I have saved the best trailer for last. It dropped earlier today. They said to hell with the Super Bowl. We are going to do our own thing, which was wise, because they were like, nope, we want our own stage. And this one is John Wick 4. The Keanu sense continues.
This hit goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
40 regular, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so it begins.
Yeah. I'm living in this time behind enemy lines, so I got mine. I hope you
Challenge you to single combat. If you win, you'll have your freedom.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so
Amen.
you ain't real, hold down. Y'all feel the wrath of the devil. Many try, many die. If you wanna war, get it bloody.
Step up on your ego. The only way John Wick will ever have freedom and peace is in death.
Yeah. Not really.
It all started with the dog.
Right, exactly.
You know what? You know
This movie, this franchise gets me so hyped.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to put Nas in the trailer.
You knew it was hot fire when you heard. I was like, if there was any song that you was gonna pick, it's like when you heard "Woke Up This Morning." I was like, shout out to whoever is the cut video guy for John Wick Chapter 4.
I was hyped.
that.
Don't get me wrong. I was hyped for Fast X because they got to playing Notorious Thugs in the background. I'm like, yo, Biggie and Bone Thugs. Okay.
Yeah.
Cleveland Zone. Yeah, I'm like, let's do it. But then you turn around a week later and you drop this gem, and I'm like, it's Nas. Nas has always been in my top 5. And you drop Nas. And how are you going against Keanu Reeves? You know,
I'm just happy. I'm just happy I called it right. That it's like I had a prediction after 3. I was like, he's gonna go against the high table, and the high table was gonna send out the heavy hitters. But I wanted that freaking executor. Oh, I wanted that. She needed to go. She needs to go. I hope she goes. I'm just saying.
I don't know how you managed to get Keanu Reeves and then you top it with Donnie Yen.
Oh, that's gonna be a fight. That's
Skarsgård.
That's gonna be a fight. To see Donnie Yen with the sword, he's like, he will not make it through. I was like, Mr. Snowman. Oh, yes. You have my attention, sir.
Please let them be allies.
This man ain't gonna come with a gun. You know how bad you are in a gunfight. You show up with a sword. That'd be the dude I'd be worried about, honestly. Because if he showed up to a gunfight with a sword and still said, "Come at me," I'm like, bruh, nah.
He was blocking bullets with the sword in the last trailer. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
He was.
That's what I'm saying.
Which takes the allies theory right out the window. I forgot about that one.
I still slick say that Common gonna show up at the end. Common gonna show up at the end
with something stuck in the middle of with something stuck in the middle of it. Oh, I see you're still here.
I won't come. I mean, I want Common to get his kid to come back and forth, but I still see him showing his chest, and it looks like a perforated, wound. You remember this, John? You gave me a gift. My turn.
Common gonna be like Iron Man.
He's gonna be like Iron Man.
He's got a drink in the middle of his chest that's keeping him alive.
Oh man, I would be laughing. I mean, don't get me wrong, gun fu at its finest. I'm not complaining. I was wondering how you're gonna top it, because first off, you had to top the motorcycle scene in 3 where he's being chased by guys with swords.
Lady Mandalore has entered the chat.
Well, hello. Good evening.
Hey.
How is everyone?
as she just confidently strolling.
Yes, through the streets of Brooklyn.
We just finished watching your Gun Daddy.
Oh, my rage daddy.
Your rage daddy.
Your rage daddy.
Oh, I love him. Oh.
So yeah, I this is going to be something
Spectacular.
Yeah, it's like
bloodtastic.
Yeah, there's a list that I put in. I put it in our chat the other day. There was a list of white people who were allowed to come to the barbecue.
Seasoned mayo.
I can't remember if Keanu was on that list.
He was not, sadly, on that list. I do remember.
Because when we heard anything bad about this guy, he was
never. He's always been that guy. I mean, if you think about it, cut off half his salary to make Matrix Reloaded and Resurrections for other people to get paid, gave motorcycles to the stunt team, gave out numerous gifts to many of the John Wick cast.
Hell, for this movie, he was helping the stunt team as they were packing up.
Yeah, he's this guy. I mean, he's an
angel on earth. He's an angel on earth. There is nothing that anyone could say otherwise. You should bow in his presence.
I think if we have Black Jesus, we got Black Jesus, we got an angel on earth in John Wick, which we have an angel in John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
Dark angel.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
I feel like Alabaster Americans that age well are non-problematic.
True.
Alabaster Americans.
Ask Paul Rudd. Exactly.
Paul Rudd, Keanu Reeves. These are just
Paul Rudd is just seasoned Chipotle, but we dig it.
He gets a pass.
He's Paul Rudd.
He's crusty hollow bread.
You can't be mad at Paul Rudd because Paul Rudd, number one, he seems like the guy that just could fit in at an HBCU and just be cool.
Oh yeah.
He's basically that professor that's over plants, but everybody wants to go hang out with him.
Because he makes it easier.
Yeah.
The tests aren't bad.
Yeah.
Right. So basically
it's like homework.
He's like look, everything's open book.
Yeah. He's like homework. Who needs it? Just show up,
He's so laid back. He's like, look, you can show up, you can be late. You can later be on time. Just be late.
You say just showing up to the class is like 70% of your grade.
Yeah.
It's like 70% of your grade. It's there. It's there. So, I have a feeling I want to show. Did I take it off? I think I took it off. I want to show it again. Just for the sake of the sound.
Okay.
For the Flash, or as I like to call it,
let's call it the right title.
Batman and Friends.
Batman and Friends.
Batman and Friends. So what I'm going to do, I am going to show that. I am going to show that again. That was 4 days ago. Yeah, let's do that. Let's pause that. Take that off. Yeah, but Batman and Friends, before we take our commercial break, yeah, crusted salad bread is good for French toast.
See?
French toast does sound kind of good right now.
It does right now. It does.
Little bacon?
Little bacon, right. Can't go wrong.
Oh wait, no, he's Jewish. You can't have bacon. Hold on, never mind.
Jesus. So I'm gonna show the trailer again, this time with the sound. This time we get the sound.
For little old me?
Yes. Why not? We're gonna show the Flash trailer. And for Lady Mandalore, we'll show the John Wick trailer. We'll do that too.
Rage Daddy.
I wanted her reaction on that anyway.
Hashtag Rage Daddy.
So we're doing the Flash, then we're doing John Wick again, and then we're taking a commercial break.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline.
You'd still go to
Another
Hawaii.
universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because
If this is the world where my mom lives, I'm not going to lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. My face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Sorry. We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
That music.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm
Well, we're Barry.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are going to want to see this.
Don't let Ezra procreate, please.
Oh my God. It does look good. I'm not gonna hold you. It does look good. Suit looks good. I'll give it that, but it's Ezra. It's just we're here for Keaton. Damn it.
And that's
We're here for Keaton, and we're here for Keaton, and we're here for Sasha Calle. That's Supergirl.
I'm here for the Danny Elfman music reprisal.
The French horn is undefeated. The French horn is undefeated. That's all I'm saying.
Like you hear it. It's you hear it. Yeah. Star Wars, Danny Elfman's Batman. Yeah. Animated series. Yeah.
Again, it's like every time we want to hear about the greatest superhero intros, the French horn should be like, "Him, which one? Which one would you like to hear? Allow me to show my catalog.
Take your pick." So now we're gonna play for Lady Mandalore. We're gonna play the John Wick because let's face it, it was John Wick. The hell, I want to see it again anyway. Here we go.
Jonathan Witwicky.
Oh God, that's a skit.
This hit goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
No, wait a minute.
Don't you dare.
No, wait a minute.
Not.
Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button.
They found us.
There we go.
Goes out to you,
They found us.
Mr. Wick.
42 regular, wasn't it? Yeah. And so it begins.
Yeah. I'm living in this time behind enemy lines, so I got mine. I hope you
Challenge you to single combat.
If you win,
you'll have your freedom.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so
Amen.
you ain't real, hope y'all feel the wrath of the devil. Many try, many die, if you wanna war, get it bloody.
Step up on your ego. Come on. The only way John Wick will ever have freedom and peace is in death.
Yeah, not really.
Happy. You're the boy.
One man who could kill you with a pencil and shoot you multiple times as if the first two bullets didn't do the job.
I just need the intro. I just need someone when they be like, "Who is it?" It's John Wick.
You always feel sorry for the guy who's like, "I'm the best there is." I'm like, it's John fucking Wick.
But just the intro. Who is John Wick? He's a man of focus. It's almost like you hear the French horn come in. Like, is it my turn? No French horn. No. Words. Words French horn. But I feel like this could be a wonderful intro. No French horn.
No. Settle down. Settle.
It's like the Christopher Walken on Saturday Night Live. I need more cowbell. I need more cowboy. I need more French horn. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come back with our guest. Shakira is
Gentlemen, I'm gonna dip out and come back if I can. I'm just gonna get on the train so I can get back home.
Okay. All right, Lady Mandalore.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
So we're gonna take this quick commercial break. We're gonna come back with our guest. Shakira is in Gatling. We're gonna talk about her books, her company. This woman is doing everything, and I'm here for it. So here we go. Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights. Tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now, for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer: this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning: this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant. I always find myself saying the worst. So we have our special guest. I'm gonna move her up here. We have our special guest tonight. Shakira is in Gatling. She is going to talk to us about her company, Lioness Entertainment, which is, here we go, Lioness Entertainment. We're here to talk about her books, about Malkia. Queen. Malkia. Okay. Malkia, Queen of Two Worlds, and Malkia, The Battle for the Moyo. Which one of these is first?
So this one is first.
Okay.
This one is first. I had that one back there and everything. And I just released the cover for the second one on Valentine's Day.
Oh, look at that. We caught you right in time. So let's talk about this character, Malkia. I like sci-fi fantasy, and what I like even more is when it's our people that are the leads.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this character and what it is she does and what she's about.
Yes, and I concur. You know, that was one of the things that really motivated me to do this. Like I came up with the concept for it like almost 10 years ago. Like the Force Awakens movie came out, and you know everyone was so excited about like John Boyega being in the movie as like a really main pivotal character, and I definitely was as well. And then I was reading about how like George Lucas wanted Billy D. Williams to actually be Han, but they felt like the whole interracial thing would clash and it wouldn't work. And I'm like, all right, so clearly there are going to be Black people in the future somewhere. We got Lando, in the Star Trek series, we have, who we have. I'm like, well, what if we just had like a planet with people who just look predominantly like us. And so that's where the real, seed got planted for the concept for this. And then it just, it grew from there as far as like, okay, well, maybe I can make it more like a Superman kind of thing where, something happens. She needs to go to Earth because Earth is always where shit happens. So clearly she's going to be on Earth, but she has to go back to her planet. It didn't get destroyed like in Superman. She's still good. So, she goes to this planet unwittingly knowing that she's really an alien because she just looks like a regular human being, but she knows that she's stronger than, people on Earth, that, she doesn't really get sick like that. There's something different about her. But she doesn't know exactly what it is until this one night, and now she's transported back to her home planet, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're actually like the chosen one here on this planet, and you're the queen, and your whole lineage, it's y'all, and we need you to do this, fight this war for us because we screwed up, but your mom and your dad are gone because bad guy killed them. So yeah, here you go. Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I said, yeah, it's funny because you had that conversation. It's like, yeah, we need you to do this right quick. So, we're going to lay this on your lap right now.
Right. So, she goes back and, part of her is like, I always knew that there was something different about me. And like, what if I could be a superhero? And that's kind of the reason why she stayed, is because of this promise of like, maybe I can be the one who fixes it. How cool would it be if I really could have superpowers? Because I know one of the questions, like when you're little, is like, if you could have a superpower, like what would it be? And everyone's like, I want to fly, I want to be invisible. And so for her, it's like, oh, I really can do this, then maybe I should stay and figure out what this is about. And she's trying to break these curses, these generational curses that, she really had nothing to do with, but at the same time save her adopted home and her actual home because it's the right thing to do. And so I feel like what I've been working on is really building this character to feel like, not like Barack Obama, but kind of like, yes, like I can do this.
But I see no problem with that. I can do it.
Let it out.
You said let it out.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah.
But this is what I find interesting, is because there are many POC creatives who are delving in or already had like the sci-fi fantasy backdrop of a story to be told, and they sound so much better than what we get, or what they try to force down our throats. And when you tell a story like that, like even, and I'll use this in case, like Naomi that was on CW, it had the promise, but it was, such a slow burn that the story wasn't told correctly, and it was hard to grab you. It was hard to keep it in. And you took that step, the fact that you're taking the steps and you've given this woman a background and you've given her a purpose, and she has two worlds that she's trying to save now. And so she has this she's burdened with glorious purpose. It's with no other way to put it.
Right.
So I look at these type of characters, as inspiration. As we spoke before the show, how we're big fans of Lovecraft Country. And knowing that you have these stories like where you have POCs who are the leads in these different genres, and that was a show that showed that it, exhibited that, whether it's a horror film, an adventure film, a sci-fi fantasy film, we can be the leads, we can live, and we can make a difference. So I commend you. Number one, congratulations. I know you're also author in many retrospects because you also have a poetry book you stated. But I want to congratulate you for number one. So I'll give you this. There we go. Congratulate you on that. These are books that I'd love to get our hands on. Where can people find your stuff?
So right now, it's exclusively on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on Amazon, because I did self-publish through Amazon, you know, I was tired of some of these companies like, yeah, pay us like $500 and we'll write your book. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just do it myself, you know, and the burden of trying to get publishers to believe in your work. I'm like, we have this, you know, this platform now. So right now it's on Amazon, but if you look up Shakira Islam Gatling on Amazon, I have an author page that has all my work on there, the children's books, the poetry book. And my second volume or second copy of Malkia will be available for pre-order in April. So that'll be then.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about other mediums for this character, like animation, live action?
Oh man. So I don't know if you noticed, the character has locks. So I've channeled my cosplay around my own character a little bit, you know, whatever. Like my husband and I, we have like a lot of weapons and swords. And so like every time I start writing, I like bust out like a bow staff or a sword. And
I respect that.
Yes, you're amongst brethren.
Because I see the headband, I'm like, oh, my son would love you. I want to go wake him up so bad. Like, look, what does that mean? Because he like learned how to write stuff in Japanese. He was like,
power.
Power? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let him know.
That's so dope. I love that you have that type of energy, and we need more women like you. We need more POC creatives like you that can put this type of content out here. This is what I'm here for. And the fact that you mentioned like I centered that character around my cosplay, I'm like there it is right there. That was the creative juice.
Yeah, because I was like, you know, I've written so many stories in my life, and I've written characters who have looked like me, who have not looked like me. But I did want for this character to feel sort of like the other. So it takes place like around 2007, 2008 originally. Not a lot of women back then had locks, unless you were Jamaican or, you know, in certain forums, there weren't a lot of locks. Even when I started my locks, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is so drastic. Like I went natural. I chopped off my perm and I went natural, and it was like, wow, okay. And so it doesn't seem like it now, but for back then, it's like she's just in her own element. She's doing whatever she wants to do. And so I wanted her to be natural and have the locks and things like that. But yeah, I definitely thought about anime. I've spoken to a few animators and, you know, friends of mine. We've been brainstorming of ways to like get this going. And so my goal is to do some crowdfunding and things like that so that I can be able to finance projects like that. Because right now it's mostly just like me wanting to get this idea out of my head onto the page. Now I have like a forum of people, you know, around me that's like, yeah, we got to do this and this with it now. Like my husband makes music, you know, he made songs for the book. This is going to be in the movie. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. So like one of the videos that I made for like my reviews on TikTok, you know, I used his beat, you know, because he made that especially for this, like the content for it. And I was telling him, like, I've already thought about, it might sound kind of cheesy, but I've thought about the prequel. I've thought about sequels already. Like, it's all this stuff going on. So I definitely have. And I would love for it to be like a graphic novel, you know, something along those lines. I mean, I'm all for it just because, like you said, we need more of these sort of stories getting circulation and all those things.
I just add that to my Kindle Unlimited. I just add that to my talker.
Will
So
Black Spartan's always quick to add.
The reason why I was going back and forth, I was like, well, you do have Kindle. I'm gonna add that because I don't sleep much. So hey, something to read. So I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said it's a really easy read. If you can tell, it's all shiny back here. But I did enter it into a competition and I won 3rd place for
see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So my goal is definitely to keep that momentum going, and I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, I have a lot of male friends and I'm like, did you read it yet? And they're like, yeah, I read it, I started it. Look, okay, don't play me as a female, all right? I'm gonna need you to read my book.
Black men read the book.
We
right.
Just read.
This is the man on the wall telling you. I'm not giving you an option. Listen to my voice. It's like thunder. Read the book.
Yeah, because I heard so many people when she started it. I mean, like for real, like I was, the words was like crazy, and I was like, yeah, it's just like fire whole time. What?
Yeah, it's like it's always so I like the part where she they kind of look at you for a second, hoping you fill in the gaps. Like she,
you're right.
My favorite part was when right? Old girl did the thing with the people, and I was like, damn,
the whole thing with the people.
The very generic Chris Rock answers. You don't say. Told you that. Like.
No, I do like I said, I love great stories, especially in the realm of science fiction. It's about fiction, science fiction, just out of the box thinking, if you will. Like you said, it's just we don't really see ourselves in a lot of areas that we happen to see others. So it's always nice to see that representation there. So yeah, so that's why when you were talking, I was like, okay, she said she's on Amazon, and I already have beef with Amazon, but that's a whole other story. But hey, I will always turn around and read other books out there. So I got no problem reading it and give you my opinion. But yeah, I always love to, hear different stuff from different authors and how they come up with this. And you started talking about, you started to go into how you actually came up with the book, and it's like you want to give a different avenue. It's like that's the beauty part of it. That's why I see all this. It's different avenues of how you got there, and like you said, for your son, who like you said, just inspiration, I guess you could say, because let's be honest, we do kind of get annoyed as parents that our kids come to us with different stuff, but at the same time, you don't want to kill that creativity. You want to encourage it. So I get that.
Exactly. And what was really pivotal for me, because like I said, I write, we're a very artistic family. I'll just put it like that. We're a very artistic family. After I wrote this book, my son came up to me and was like, Mommy, I'm writing this book. Can you read it? I just help me edit it while I'm writing it. And I was like, sure, totally. And I think it has to do with aliens. And I'm like, son, did you copy my book?
I got what one, did he write a better ending to Aliens? And 2, does the black guy live?
Pretty sure the black guy lives.
Because the black guy lives, I'll read that too. As long as the black guy lives, I'll read that book, no problem.
Yeah, it's definitely like, because my son loves to read, and he loves Harry Potter and like Dogman and all these books. So I'm reading it, and it's like they're like in the 6th, 7th grade, they're in school, and stuff pops off. And I'm like, oh, so there's an alien invasion while they're at school? That sounds pretty dope. Go ahead and finish it. Working on her book, you go work on yours. But just that feeling of like, wow, like
you planted the seed,
that legacy, and that's what my brand name is about. It's like build your own legacy, and that's what I feel this series is about. With our parents and with our families, there's all these things that just kind of get pushed onto us without us wanting that to happen. People go to jail, people make mistakes, and they do things, and then like as the child of certain things, you have to carry that burden a little bit. And it's like, well, what legacy do I want to leave now? How can I rectify this? And And that's what her character goes through. It's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but you're telling me that this person might kill everybody. So, like I said, glorious purpose. How do we deal with,
when greatness is
that we didn't ask for,
Yeah. Greatness is sometimes earned and sometimes given as a graduation present. But I get it.
Exactly. Not by Bill Gates though. Bill Gates, Jackie Chan, they're not giving shit.
Jackie, I feel sorry for Jackie Chan's kids. You be thinking you gonna be set for life. No.
Wait. What is this?
Oh, I stubbed my toe.
Chan?
Stubbed your toe.
Especially with certain parents are hardships. No, you stub your toe. You do.
Look at this. I broke my whole foot and my toes.
Certain parents,
I have a hole in my skull.
You can't compare certain things with parents. Your cousin Tommy's 9 years old. He's already on his second full-time job. It's like
Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger.
He said,
that is not how you cook
smell
rice.
like success. You smell like depression. Damn.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. So it is refreshing. I love talking to people to creatives, POC creatives, who have these great stories. Is this a character and is this a world you see expanding?
I do. I really do. And writing it, the first book was hard. I'll put that out there, because I did do research for the book first. The Dahomey Amazon, as they're called, I researched them for this book, for the first book, because there are an elite force of like all female fighters, and then there's the male fighters as well in the book. And so I was researching wormholes, I was researching all sorts of things. So it took a while to write this first one, but once that one was done and I just could focus on the character development, like I was like, yo, I could talk about this. So I totally planned, because I just got so excited just writing it, to think about like, with the fan base growing the way that it is, what else do they want to see from this character? What do they want to see from her past? Like I said, the prequel, because there's a lot of talk about like how this war started, diving into it as it's happening. Like I was thinking, like I was watching The Last Airbender, and it's like, yeah, they talk about what the Fire Nation did, but then certain episodes, they show you like what was happening. It's like, yeah, do that, So I'm all for expanding it, and I just get so excited thinking about it, just because, like you said, we need those different avenues to try it. Star Wars can come up with prequels and sequels and all of those things. That's where I'm at with it. Like I really am, because as soon as I saw a planet where, Mark Hamill's character can just look like that in the desert. When we were talking about like Obi-Wan looking like Jesus, like seriously. All right, so everyone on this
no tan, no nothing.
Yeah, right.
No sunscreen. Like we're just out here.
Just all white linens. It was like
not even clean linens at that.
2 suns, no tan.
What dry cleaner was in the desert that you could just have on demand?
Right. And everything is just fine. Everything's fine with the Force. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have a whole planet of black people.
I am not opposed to
planet, if you will.
All black everything. I could just. Why do I hear Lupe Fiasco playing the
all black
just as the planet's coming up, we just literally hear it.
Like, oh, we in for a ride. It was like you thought Wakanda was something. You ain't.
But I can dig that though. But again, that kind of goes into what you were saying. It's like it's one of the things that I wish as creators, as content creators, to push that envelope, because that forget the fact of Hollywood and everything else, because Hollywood will always sit there and say, oh, well, it's not gonna we don't know how it's gonna work.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to try, because if you're successful, then you're gonna make some other people nervous. And then that's going to be a whole cascade effect, versus you as yourself and other independent creators out there could literally sit there and say, we could do it better because we can I mean,
it's there.
It's like
it's there.
How could you write about successful Black people?
Because there's.
I mean, how could you write about a hero with locks?
Hello.
Because
and I don't mean that as a joking sense, but that's how they approach us, though. It's like, what can you do? It's like, well, how can you write this? Because they seem so sure of something not working. That's why every time I hear of authors like yourself, creators like others that have books or anime or storyboards or comics or mangas, I am a sponge, because number one, I have to read what you have, because if you write something along the lines of something of sci-fi or action or investigative or story drama, the true detective, however you do it, the fact that if you write something like that and it's a creative, intriguing, and draws me in story, I'm going to look for it. Because number one, I want to see where your thought process is. I want to see where you go with it. I want you to take me on this ride and drop me off wherever you feel like it. So either A, I'm going to be like, that is a pretty good book, or B, how dare you leave me on a cliffhanger? Not going to wait for the other book. So that's the way I kind of look at it. So that's why I always like listening of finding guys. And I know Chris is on a mission to find individuals such as yourself. So that's why I always
pretty damn successful one, I might add.
You sir are the duck in duck hunt when it comes to looking for people. I'm gonna be honest with you. You are
man on the wall. Man on the wall. I do what I do.
Mad when you miss.
If Nick Fury can build the Avengers, so can I.
So and you talk about your son, which again I get, because you're encouraging your son to do the same thing. So that's always love the fact of you're just showing him that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Now, of course, with kids, they're gonna come up with some weird stuff, but let's be honest. I mean, I'm pretty sure you encourage it, because we saw just 2 years ago an 8-year-old make $20 million on YouTube.
Yeah.
So there are no such things as bad ideas.
Especially when it comes to kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, like I said, we're a very creative family. We're a very entrepreneurial family. My kids have never just not been in the realm of like trying to make money or trying to make art. That baby, my son that I'm telling you about, when he was in the first grade, he made a flyer. He drew it himself of something called the Midnight Club. And it was just supposed to be in his room. He was like, this corner is going to be to read a book, and this corner is going to be to play with toys, and this corner is going to be to do video games. And it's going to be for $1. And he made like flyers and took them to school, and the little girl gave him $1 to come to our house to go in his room for the Midnight Club. I'm like, sweetheart, Malik, you got to give her that money back, because ain't nobody coming over here. But good hustle, son. Good hustle.
The lineup was there, but
right, but I need you to consult with me, a little bit more on this.
I want to laugh, but at the same time, I want to give your son so much credit for that.
He had a whole hustle. He had a whole. It was like it was there.
Tickets to the corners of his room.
That as a parent, you're like, you have to correct them, but at the same time, it's like that was a pretty goddamn good idea.
Right. And all these YouTube videos that are out, like he used to want to do, like I think it was called the superhero kids that used to come on like back in the day, and it was dope. They had like Darth Vader and like Superman. And they were dressing up in all these costumes. I'm like, yeah, we could try to do this, with your friends in the neighborhood. Why not? But financial things come up, adult things come up. We didn't do it. Had 2 kids back to back. That kind of stopped some things a little bit, but. Then,
you should tell them to revisit the Midnight Club this time, like on a more grander scale.
You can revisit that Midnight Club and be like, "Look, we can run this for at least 15."
Yeah,
we're about to set it off in Charlotte, okay?
It's like, what is the Midnight? We're doing this on a grander scale. We're revisiting this idea. It's like the Shark Tank. We got an idea.
Brothers' rooms.
Yeah, I would love to see that. That's one of those things where, like, I know here in Nashville we have something similar to that, where it's an arcade / D&D area / cornhole, because we have to have cornhole. That I don't ask me why, but but the idea is sound. So that's why I'm like, I would love to see more things like that. So when you sit there and say your son came up with this in the first grade, I was like, that is, you know what? That is a kid that
Here I am in 6th and 7th grade.
Everyone says that about him. Everyone says that about him. Oh, I'm not worried about him. He gonna be all right. Like
that's the see, when you have a child that does that, I've learned when a child does something like that, because my kid has done that to me a couple times. I'm like, you know what? You're gonna be all right. I ain't gonna worry about you.
It's not a bad move.
No, just gotta chill.
There's a little entrepreneur on it. Look, when I was about between the ages of 10 and 12, I was building my own mystery club. I swear to God, I'm like, look, we got tired of people's bikes getting stolen. Let's hunt them down. Let's figure this stuff out. And
see, I wish I had that kind of drive, but at that age, I was trying to be a wrestler so doggone bad. I was too. When I tell you that my parents went through a couple of coffee tables because my tail decided to just elbow drop.
That was me and my cousins. My grandmother had to replace so many bunk beds because we legit jumped off the bunk bed. And
why is the spring sagging like this?
Oh, my thing was running full speed and then catch it, and then my mom throwing clothesline at me. That was interesting.
I mean, mama clotheslined you. See, again, this is that parental abuse they disguised as having fun.
No, see, but I had it coming though, because
that's not always.
No, I had that coming because if you're running full speed through a house and your mom has told you multiple times, do not run full speed through my house. This is not the WWF. And then she goes, do it one more time, and I'm going to show you why you shouldn't do it. And something inside of you says, sure, run full speed. Let's see what happens. And all you see is just the arm that gets extended out that goes across your chest.
I like your mother.
Well, Black Spartan.
Your mom going to buy a VR set. You better not go over there.
Yeah, right. Oh. Black Spartan had these flashbacks when the cream rises to the top.
I was thinking, that was my mom just standing over me. She says, "You still want to wrestle?" I was like, "Yeah." I was a defiant little kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was defiant.
And you have to have a mother like that. You have to have a mother like that when you're like that, because that's how my kids are. My kids are defiant, and I have to, take out the bow staff, and I'm just like, listen, you don't want this.
See,
my aunt used to trip us, so I mean,
that's a measuring stick. That's like, okay, so you wanna try, okay?
Right.
You start getting warmed up, like it's like you don't do the whole Bruce Lee Jun Kido stance. You start getting on the balls of your feet, start bouncing up and down, like, see, y'all just want to. Oh, you do.
You said.
Oh, you do.
I didn't want to. I've been waiting to use this.
Like my father.
You start looking to the side. Go ahead.
Look, cinematic assassin. I'm gonna tell you right this. I'm gonna tell you like this. My one of my god kids had came through one time, doing the same thing, running through the house. And I just happened to have one of those umbrellas with the hook. Stop running through the house. Stop running through. Whoop.
You
did a full split. Did a full split. And I'm like, gotcha.
We hear it. You don't condone child abuse.
That's not child abuse.
That's not child
abuse.
No, it's teaching them how to be safer.
Yeah, consequences. Yes, that's
consequences.
Safety training.
There was no one was harmed. Mm-hmm. No one was bleeding. No one was crying.
I taught my.
He just did a full split. That's all I'm saying. He just did a full split.
I do a full split. I got harmed. There was harm done.
He was a little younger, but
But did you learn?
Because the giblets didn't drop yet. But
right.
That's right.
I just taught my 6-year-old how to slap box because I need him to understand that, like,
here, Blurred's Eye View, we toughen our people.
You got to toughen up the kid.
Taught me how to box when I was like 7-8 years old.
That's how I do my mom. That's how I do my mom was a southpaw.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, they've gotten beaten." No, these are not beatings.
No,
that is not it.
No, beatings when she kept the rings on. When she had those, when your mom had 5 rings
Hey,
on
listen,
one hand.
I'm starting to get sad every time you mention Mama Spartan.
I'm just saying, my mom, when my mom took the rings off, she's like, "Oh, so you think you can fight?"
Why does Blackbird's mom is Della Reese from Harlem Nights right now.
She really is.
Oh, you want to hit people with trash cans?
Look.
I like your mom. You said you're in Nashville.
Yeah. Quick story. I'll never forget this for as long as I live. My mom's found out because I was in 1st grade. I hit a girl, and just pat shoulder, right? Teacher sat there and told my mom. My mom is sitting there waiting for me. She's like, "So you want to hit girls at school?" I was like, "But Mama, she hit me." My mom took them. This I knew was bad. She she still does this day. Still has 5 rings, 2 on the index finger. The rest of them all lined up because my dad apparently wanted to keep her. So take all the rings off, right? She says, "Okay, you want to learn?" And she didn't hit me in my chest, Will, before you do child abuse. Hit me in my chest. That was much later when I was much older. She caught me in the shoulder with everything she had. And as a child, you can't sit there and show your mom that you hurt. But to a mother, to a child that's trying to prove a point, she gonna make you cry. So what does she do? She takes hand, puts it on the spot where she hits, and ever so gently, church pinch.
Oh God.
And the tears, I had the glory tear in my eye. Just
not the Denzel tear.
Nope. An angel.
He had the Denzel tear.
I had the Denzel tear, and my mom said, "Are you ever gonna hit a woman? Are you ever gonna get a girl in your class again?" Nope. Funny part was, now I had a grapefruit bruise on the way into school. So here's how you know child abuse didn't exist. So going to school, teacher sees the bruise on my shoulder, right? Sat there and says, and it's again, teacher's a Black woman. Sat there and said, and remember everything that happened. And she immediately put 2 to 2 together and she said, "Go put some ice on that for the school nurse sees it." Continues teaching.
The teacher said, "It was me."
The teacher was a high garden snitch. It was me. It was a high garden snitch. Oh, I was so mad at that woman. No.
So before we do, I want to talk about Lioness Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that because she's a mother. She's an entrepreneur. She's an author of many written works now, and she has a business. So let's talk about what Lioness Entertainment is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So the name derives from my sign. I'm a Leo.
I knew it.
Right. Of course, right? So, but again, it started out, the idea for it started out when I was in college, and my husband jokes and says that I'm like that chick from Coming to America, where I was like, I want to produce my own movies and write my own movies and star my own movies. Because at the time I was very ambitious and I wanted to do all those things. And again, life happened. But I still wanted to create content because I want to do that. That's my passion. That's where my art, my passion lies in that art. So right now, what I've been doing is making my fitness videos. I hula hoop as part of my fitness routine. And he's like, "Nah, I don't know about that."
Hey, that is hip-eye hand coordination. I respect that.
I seen that video and I'm like, "Oh, she's good." Like, I'm like, I was waiting for the hoop to drop. I'm like, "Oh no, she's good."
So I do what I do with the hula hoop, and I've been working on some other things to do with the hula hoop. But essentially, I want to promote, fitness and well-being and things like that. So I've been selling some merchandise for my fitness line and things. So I have like leggings, athleisure wear for men and women. So I have like the the zaddy shorts and everything like that. If you guys fit in those.
Y'all hear that, fellas? That is still a thing now.
So short.
I'm good.
You have very nice legs. It'll be awesome.
I'm shy. I'm shy.
I also have some merchandise for my book. So like right now I'm wearing one of the shirts for my Malkia book. You were always a queen, and at the bottom it says you just didn't know it, which is a line from the book. I have, mugs and other merchandise. Again, I'm thank you.
I like that.
Well, I do want to cater it towards men and women. It's definitely very Afro-centric. So we have a lot of Africa, the lion, and then there's the lion inside of the Africa map, and king hoodies. We have the lioness in one of those, and it has our queen hoodie. Duffel bags that have the ankh and the fists and all of those, because I do want to give back to and emphasize the culture and things like that. And I mean, lions are in Africa, so I mean, come on now. But so I mean, it's still a work in progress for sure. Like I said, there's so many things going on. Like you said, I'm doing a lot, but the merchandise is there. It's on Shopify. So on my link tree on Instagram, if you go to my link tree, it has the link to my Shopify. It has the link to the Malkia book and to there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, we work fast. we work fast.
I talk too slow.
No, you're good.
No, you're fine. You're good. We just work on the side.
I know you guys are talking about your heads being big, and I have lots, so it's hard to find hats that fit. So we do have snapbacks. But I have a big head too.
There you go, cinematic assassin.
Dang.
He said it.
Yeah, I used to just peel the when they had fitteds, I used to just peel the side sticker off. Like, don't worry about all that. Don't mind my business.
Right. Don't worry about what size this is. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I do want to be inclusive to the men and the women, and we have some things for children. We have accessories like phone cases and, like I said, mugs and things. So it's getting momentum for sure. Like I said, we're doing the fitness. I'm doing fitness videos in conjunction with the merchandise for the fitness videos, and because I want to definitely promote getting out there and being active. Like you said, just had another. I feel like that's young, passing away at 54.
Yeah.
Because like
it is.
Some people are like, well, like, no, I don't know. Like it's in the 50s. Like we're losing so many of our people in their 50s,
right,
40s, to certain things. And so promoting, healthy living and active living. I know a lot of people can't hula hoop. I found that out a lot.
That's why I just lift weights. I learned my limitations, but but I do like the fact that you're trying to introduce something that's fun, that's easy to do, doesn't require a lot. I get that part.
Yeah, and I mean, I hula hoop a lot in it, content wise, but with it being like a 2 to 5 pound hula hoop, use it as a weight, and just do like lunges and squats with it and things like that, and get full body workout. So there's options and things like that. For sure.
I get that. Yeah, trust me about the whole health thing, because as we level up, if you will. I hate saying getting older. We level up.
So that's what we're doing. We're leveling up.
Yeah. So I mean, health is definitely key, because you can only eat so many Wendy's triples in one time before you realize you got a problem.
How many Wendy's triples?
Yeah, like you
know what? Let's not make this into a therapy session about me.
I'm like, how many?
Let's not make it about me. This is that type of AA meeting. Let's not make it that right now.
Right. They do have lettuce on it,
Oh, mine was
lettuce wrapped. It's lettuce wrapped. Is that what you're saying?
No, mine was T-Rex burgers. Man. I was good and terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Me and the drive-through person was on a first name basis. That's how bad it was.
Jesus. Oh my God. So Shakira, you have several books out. You're already thinking about expanding the universe as Malkia, which is commendable. I love that. That's going to be something I grab, not only just for myself, but I have a young lady in the house, and I would like for her to read those type of things as well. I mentioned earlier that I watched Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and that's her age. like a 13-year-old young black girl, you know. So like we're in an age where just our people, our next generation behind us needs to see that not only can you do anything, you can accomplish anything if you just push forward. You know, and we know that there's hurdles. There's so many hurdles. But if they see themselves in these different genres and these different avenues, that gives them something. This Little Mermaid movie that's coming out is a perfect example of that. You know, so many young black girls seeing themselves in this movie.
Gosh. That you want to talk about grown, and I'm not making fun of this because the fact that you saw little girls, but you also saw older women that grew up with that, showing that to them and saying, it's like, Mom, she looks like me. I'm like, y'all are not about to have a grown ass man crying watching this. Y'all ain't about to have me crying watching this video.
Sure are. And I did like a little dedication to that too, because the backlash that surrounded that whole thing was just preposterous to me. Like, Ariel can't be like Ariel's a mermaid. Okay, Ariel's who she wants to be. All right, she can talk to a talking squid that gives her legs, but she can't be black. Knock it off.
Yeah,
I always laugh when they try to use science. They try to use science to explain
she can't be black. I'm like, well, by all terms and conditions, neither should Superman be white. But you know, whatever.
That was the part that killed me. That they literally had scientific explanations on a mythical creature. It's like, really? This is how far y'all are going to hold on to that, huh?
Shout out to my man Hellspawn Cosplay, where he has a hashtag where we're coming for all of them.
Yes.
and we really are. Like, there's the Little Mermaid, there's a Peter Pan movie that's coming out that has people of color in the leads. We just had Belle. We just had her playing Belle in the 30th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast.
And killed it.
And killed it. Kilt with a T. Kilt. You know, and laid it out. It's not over. It was like we just had Megan coming out, written by a black woman. You know, come to find out, Matrix, the idea behind the Matrix and the Terminator franchise was all built around a woman of color. We have Bishop War College, and his bishop, and he has a team of black X-Men. Like, it's a team of black X-Men. Storm is running shit right now.
It worked. We, you know what, as Paul Moody once said, once we get in, we take over.
It's over for you hoes. As Candy B would say, it's over for you hoes.
I still laugh about say y'all think y'all say speed skating's next, and one's already in there. We already got one on speed skating. Wait till we figure out swimming. Wait till we figure out swimming. Y'all going, man, no, top that. Wait till we get one more in the NASCAR. We need to see we see a different guy named Bubba. Not a dude named Bubba. I can live with that.
We already got a black woman in there.
Get a black woman that can drive.
We got one already.
That would
They already on the basketball court.
My daughter will be the next NASCAR driver. I promise.
We already got them on. We already got a couple black female coaches on the basketball court. We got a couple black females on the football field.
I'm just saying, I
don't mean playing. I mean like coaching.
Yeah, I just want it to happen just because I just want to see the look on certain groups' faces.
It's like, what are we gonna do? Nothing.
I just want to see. I just want to sit there and I just want to be able to sit there and just as they're sitting there panicking, I'm like, I just want to pull a Keith. I just want to pull a Keith David from House of Horrors. Did you like that one? I just want to be ultra petty. Just, did you like it?
That is the voice I wish I could do. Is his voice? I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
That is an iconic voice.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, Shakira, I want to give you the chance to tell everybody where they can find you, where they can get your product, where they can get your hoodies, where they can get your books, where they can get the hula hoop lessons, like where they can tell their children you can write this book. Just don't copy off of me.
Absolutely. Well, I put my Instagram handle up there, Shakira_IG, which is so appropriate, right? IG. But again, I do have my link tree, which is the best way to stay connected with me, because that has my YouTube channel, the shop, my author page, and at Lioness Entertainment LLC. That is my professional Instagram handle, so you can absolutely follow me there as well. That one will be way more focused on the book and on my merchandise, whereas my other one, Shakira_IG, is like just everything. So you'll see my crazy kids on that one for sure, that I was talking about.
You are such a dope individual.
Thank you.
That in the books alone, and I'm just like, you don't understand how that makes me as a Black man. I'm probably one of the few that makes me feel very proud knowing that there's Black women in my life, like my wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter. I got a little granddaughter, so my niece. And so when I see stuff like this, it fills me with a lot of pride. It just does. When I see us winning, like Viola Davis getting the EGOT.
Yup.
Cheryl Lee Ralph singing the national Black national anthem. Like, I didn't even listen to nothing else after that other than Rihanna. I was just like, I'm here for two things. And that was it.
Cheryl and Riri.
I was like, somewhere in between the Black national anthem and the Rihanna concert, there was apparently a game going on. I didn't even care. It was damn near the blackest night on TV. And and it was, but when I see stuff like this, when I see projects like this, when I see stuff like Wakanda Forever, The Woman King, seeing strong Black women in these roles and being able, and for those men who are out there who feel threatened, one question: why? It's like,
we know why.
You're making up for something? I don't know. I love it. I love it. Seeing strong Black women and feminine strong Black women at that. Being able to handle their business, be leads, be the heroes. Good Lord.
Right.
And being able to rise above adversity, which is why Black Panther and Wakanda Forever and Woman King, and this is why all these films do like they, as well as they do. This is why all these stories like Lovecraft Country, and shout out to Journey Smollett.
Yes.
Why we see people like her. Get ready, Will. Angela Bassett. Take the clock back.
Reset the clock.
Reset the clock. Thought we was gonna make it through an episode without me mentioning Angela Bassett. Never.
We got to the sign off, and
we got to the end. We almost got it.
She deserves all the flowers. Damn it.
Well, no, I definitely appreciate that, and I've been super blessed to have such a strong support team around me as well. Like you mentioned, like, men, if you feel threatened, why is that? Because I've been so blessed not to have that type of, energy in my life. Like I said, my father taught me how to box because he told me, I don't want you to fight like a girl and do all this. Like, you're gonna know how to throw the hand, you're gonna know how to hit. I don't treat my daughter like you can't do this. I've never had that impression in my mind that there's something I can't do, but at the same time, without giving off that air of like, I don't need a man in my life. Because I know that as a straight woman, I do need a man in my life. I need that protection. I want to be able to protect you and nurture you like you can protect and nurture me. And as in the Black community,
that was a preaching moment right there. Hold on. That was a preaching moment right there.
We gotta start getting that. We gotta start getting that organ playing music when the priest starts rapping.
Seriously,
we gotta start getting that.
I need to wrap it up. I need to stop talking.
No.
We need to. We're talking. That was a preach moment right there.
Yeah, that was a preach moment. So you gotta have that Second Sunday Baptist music playing in the background.
I got you. Yeah, I just start
from the music selection.
And you know, my cousin in New Jersey, he did the cover for my Malkia books. He's an artist. He did the cover. You know, like I said, my husband did the music. Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
they are dope covers.
And he did his thing, and I'm like, thank you. You know, because I want to support you as my family. I want to support you as a man of color who is an artist. He sells his work as well. So it's like we have to have that support for each other. You know, Black Wall Street is gone, Rosewood is gone, but you know, we have this social dynamic that we can expand. Like right now, I met you on Instagram. You're all the way in Ohio. He's in Tennessee. I'm in North Carolina, but we're here right now supporting each other, and we have to do that. And that's one of the things that I address in the book as well. It's like her character's like, well, you want me to fight people that look like me? Like we're on Earth, we're trying to not do that anymore. We're trying, you know what I mean? And so, you know, her general is like, well, if they were green, would that make you feel better? Like, yeah, it kind of would, but so it's like all of those dichotomies of like, what are we really doing? Like, are we supporting each other? How are we supporting each other? What can we do to really build each other up and not tear each other down? So it's a lot of layers in the book. You know, like I said, it's a female lead, but by no means do I want, you know, men to feel like I'm man bashing or that there's no role for them.
Their egos are so fragile for that. I don't know.
Right. This character doesn't reflect me.
This character is not reflecting my views.
I want more pictures of Spider. Oh, no,
but you know the funny part is, as an author, it's like this character doesn't reflect my views, but you bought the book. It's like you what do you think this was?
Right, like it's a woman there, you know.
Yeah,
right there.
I don't get it.
I know. See, you be very nice to say, "Well, thank you for your purchase."
Yeah, right.
I want to, you know.
I still got the money.
Friends, I'm like, really? But one of my friends read the book, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna do an in-depth analysis because we were both English majors. Like, yeah, in-depth analysis, you know, in a little while." I'm like, "You don't have to do all that, bruh. Just write a review on Amazon."
We ain't in class no more. You do not have to literally. You don't have to be.
It doesn't have to be a dissertation.
No.
He wants to analyze my book, and he's like, I feel like there's really some stuff we could get. I'm like, of course there is. I wrote it, but
you almost want to sit there and go, bruh, it ain't that deep. Just tell me if you like the book.
Yeah.
I just asked you if you was hungry. I didn't say we was going for French cuisine.
Where you want to eat?
Wendy's over here, and the McDonald's and the rallies, and take your pick.
I mean, I can understand that just because the simple fact of the matter is just that you're wanting feedback. You want the feedback. You want to know what people think and if they like it and go from there. But I get it. You know, we ask friends to do certain things. Yeah, they have to be.
They do the most.
Yeah,
themselves.
And it's amazing when you mention, and I'm glad you mentioned it about the support, you know, supporting each other, because yes, we don't have a Black Wall Street. We're trying to revive some of that stuff, but a share is free. We say utilize the social media for what it is. A share is free. There are artists out there. If you can't support the Kickstarter, share the link. Somebody will. You know, I've had several artists and several writers on here and several independent indie comic writers on here with Kickstarters, and they worry about their Kickstarter. Like that's like everybody would. But guess what? I tell them, I say, hey, don't worry about it. Trust me. They just waiting for payday.
Yep.
Once payday hit, trust me, your Kickstarter is going to be just fine. You know, and so that's all they're waiting on. I'm like, the support is free. Whether you're sharing a link, sharing a picture, and giving credit to the artist, you know, sharing the video and giving credit to the music artist that's doing it, or the writer and having them on, it's free. That's all. If you don't do nothing else, share it, because it's like if you pick 1 out of 5 people may not be able to pay for something, but those other 4, they're like, you know what? I was looking for a book like that. Or I was looking for some music like that.
See, that's what you guys stand say. Share them like you want to share that Beyonce Hopeful tickets you want to get.
Hello. Hello.
Don't come up the night.
$1,200 for a ticket. That's a lot of.
That's a lot of. That's
look,
not even on her. That's on Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
but
I always find it funny where folks will kill me when they say, "Wait a minute, you can't spend." And I use this analogy all the time. You can't spend $5 on your friend starting their own business, but you will gladly find a way to figure out how to finesse your way into a Beyonce concert. That just says, I'm just saying.
Sometimes
you
our
can't,
people.
The $5.
If you can come up with that kind of, come up with that kind of thinking, imagine if you placed that into another place where it was a creative space.
Yeah, because that's the part where it always kills me. It's like y'all was just complaining about the price of eggs 2 days ago. Y'all was
eggs
just
cost too much, but I can't wait to get it at Beyonce concert.
Right?
What
you deciding on mortgage payments or a case of 12, but now all of a sudden it's how close can you smell Beyonce's fragrance? Really?
Not her fragrance.
You want to get close. You want to get close enough to figure out why JC stuck around. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up now.
No, we just go to you so you can do the sign off. But before we do that, I want to thank our guest, Shakira is from Gatling. Go check out her work. Go check out her book. Buy her book. No exceptions. No exceptions.
And if you can leave a review, that would be amazing. I know.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, leave a review, a good one too, because damn it, we need more women like her. We need more POC creatives like her. Putting this stuff out there. The fact that you're raising your children in that same vein and encouraging them. Yes.
The fact this man came up with a business in first grade. He gonna be all right.
Yeah. He's gonna be
he's gonna be just fine.
So I'm like, look, this is like Shark Tank. You were the sharks. You were the sharks, and he came in. He had a business plan. Man, great idea, but you might want to come back. Come visit it later.
Yeah, well, let's get through school first. Get through at least school first, and then come back.
Idea is there. The process is there, and the concept is there. You just got to figure out where the venue is your issue.
Exactly. I also wanted to just mention really quickly, if you are in the Charlotte area this weekend, that I'm having a book signing at the Urban Reader Bookstore. So I'll be selling some copies of my book there and signing, some copies of my book there as well. And possibly doing a read of a few of the lines from there as well. So if you're in the area,
I wish I was in the area.
Come say hi. Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta figure out who's down in that area. Like, it's not everybody else I know over there in the podcast and blurred world is like in the DMV area. Jesus.
Everyone's in the DMV.
I was like, we're clustered in the DMV area. I'm like, how did this happen? Oh man, Shakira, thank you once again. I gotta give this to you one more time because this was such a dope conversation. Your concept and your books are dope. I love it. I will be getting my copies. Thank you very much. But thank you for coming on. You got a home here. Whenever you got a new project, let me know, man. Just hit me up. You know where I'm at. I'll make a spot for you.
Absolutely. I mean, the vibe is dope. I love being around fellow blurs, and that's another thing about my character in the book is like you grow up feeling like, and when you're a certain type of way that it's only you, community, and it's like, oh, look at you guys. Like,
you feel good. You feel damn good. You be like, I can let all this.
Oh, you know about the fifth element too? Great. About this.
It's where you feel comfortable. It's just that you just feel just the whole shoulder just depressed and just you just feel
like,
relaxed.
do I have to go to work tomorrow? I don't really want to go to
it's like a good family reunion. It's just like, hey, we gotta leave because it's dark.
Right. Like, it's fine. You know what? And that's happened to me. It was a friend of me and my wife. He was like a brother. And we were hanging out. It was his birthday, and we were hanging out. We was having fun with him and his cousin, and he had a whole bunch of people at his house. Before I knew it, it was 5 a.m. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even tired. I'm like, I was like, I had no idea. We had both been working all day. We worked in the OR. We were working all day, running around. I'm like, it was Friday. It's 5 a.m. I'm like, damn, we do need to go lay down.
I'd be like, what you got in the kitchen for breakfast? I mean, we got a griddle, we got a grill.
And that's the first thing he said. He was like, y'all can stay tonight. And they like, y'all can't stay tonight. I'm like, okay.
How you feel about French toast and waffles?
French toast and waffles. You know, my son called that earlier.
What's that?
6-year-old. Because he's very healthy child. And we have the French toast sticks. He knows how long to put that in the microwave. He knows how to work the toaster to make the waffle. I come outside from work. This baby's in the living room with a waffle and French toast sticks on his napkin. Well, the French toast sticks were gone. It was just a little cinnamon. I'm like, why do I smell cinnamon here? And he's like, oh, I had French toast sticks and waffles.
You know what?
He's living the dream.
All right. He's gonna be all right.
He's walking to the beat of his own drum. I love it.
This man is
okay. So
he is culinary equipped. He gonna be all right.
Might be kinfolk somewhere, because the way my baby will come down and make pancakes and toast. Like, just that's breakfast. Like,
what are all these carbs?
A lot of carbs, but for some reason,
you know what? I ain't mad though, because that toast got some jelly and butter on it. They're good.
There's some fruit in that jelly somewhere.
There's some fruit. That's some fruit in there. Fruit in that jelly, along with a bunch of sugar. But hey,
it works. It's fruit. It counts.
Lord, the fruit and the jelly and damn lettuce on the triple burger.
It's about balance. Okay,
it's balance. That's what it is. It's about balance.
That wasn't balance. That was a broken seesaw for 8 years.
Oh my gosh, Shakira. Well, thank you once again for coming through. We're gonna sign up out of here. Will,
for having me.
Oh, definitely. You always welcome back. Always welcome back. Black Spartan.
Yes. It is I, because I lost the name in the Battle of the Wills because Will had the high ground. But yes, Black Spartan. Why is it Black Spartan? Well, whenever Amazon sends my package, you'll know. Because at least they got carnivorous right. Which is a whole other thing that Chris will talk about one day. But yes, Black Spartan is the name I go by. BlackFox447 on all socials. You can like and follow me. I usually do reviews on everything that I watch, that I read, that I play, that I review, gym stuff, because I do a couple push-ups. Also, I also do the wrestling column for Blurred's Eye View, Blurred's Eye View website. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. So shout out to Mr. Kennedy for that one. Also, I do have a couple of podcasts of my own. I do have my political podcast called How the Frack We Got Here, which basically goes over everything that's going on in the U.S. and why you should be informed. And also, I do have another podcast with my co-pilot, Joe Tonello, called Get Bit Podcast every Friday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, where we go over the news of the week, as we will be going over the trailers that you guys saw here, as well as news that a very, very personal favorite PS1 game of mine may now be available. I just hope it is true. Aside from that, guys, the only rule I have about following me, because I am a very social person, very nice, likable person, just don't be a creeper. And at the end of it all, I like to say this because there is no competition. I am rooting for each and every one of you, especially if you are Black, because I want you to succeed. I want to see people win. There should be no gatekeepers, only door removers. Note I said door removers. I did not say door holders. I did not say lock openers. I said remove the goddamn hinges so everybody else can come through.
There it is. Oh my God. The cinematic assassin, sans cap.
I was about to say, it is me. It might not look like it because you can see the top of my head. It's strange for all of us right now. But if you are looking for me on the interwebs, it is at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media. It don't matter what site you on. That is going to be the tag. And what else I got to say for you? Oh man, I was listening to Black Spartan. I got derailed in my train of thought. Also,
Jeez.
Fifth Element was mentioned earlier, and like that is my family movie. Like I feel like we as a family watch that at least once a year. I get to just say Lilu Dallas multipass randomly around the house, and it's great time.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Without always stress, mental health is important. So take that PTO like me tomorrow. Yes.
Prepare the others.
Damn. I just started a new gig this week. I can't even say that yet. Same company, just a new gig, new position. Oh my
god. You know, as I do always stress, it's like if you're out there, listen, I know you're trying your best. Keep going, spread a little love along the way.
There you go. Yo, everybody, it is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in to the show. Thank you to all my guests. Thank you to this beautiful team. Thank you to Lady Mandalore popping in and giving her nice piece because she wanted to see Rage Daddy. Shout out to our special guest, Shakira Islam Gatling. Check her stuff out. You know, you really need to. You don't want to miss out. If you have a little young black boy, young black girl in your life, this is one of the people you want to go talk to because she has some great content.
If terrible time.
no terrible times here, none.
I mean, it was a split second. I was like, they got him.
Oh man, but check us out on
for you.
He's trying. They're trying, but it's not going to work. Check us out on Blurred's Eye View on IG. That's all one word. It'll send you to the link tree in the bio right there, and we'll always send you to the Facebook page where it says Blurred's Eye View Podcast, all caps. Check us out. You can also listen to us on opulenceradio.com. Shout out to our sponsors, Opulence Radio and Ultimate Wireless. You can also check us out on Twitch, Blurred's Eye View 1. And as always, like I do with every show, I want to thank you, Mark. Thank you, my guests, once again. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others, as we do here on this platform. Always safe space, always about business, always about the POC creatives. But until next Tuesday, we'll be back to our regular time at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Same channels. We are out of here.